Let's talk about this one regarding KiwiSaver. Something I see so much and it's always happened, and that is people have numerous risk profiles for their KiwiSaver or any other managed fund. Now, in my experience, the reason people tend to do this is because they think they are protecting themselves, basically. So they quite often will have a certain amount in a conservative investment fund, and they might have a certain amount into a growth fund because they're thinking, okay, I want to protect this part of my portfolio, but I also want to grow this part of it. So I understand the intentions behind it. The little caveat that I'm going to put out there is that quite often people don't realise they have gone and created a whole new different type of risk profile. So what I'm meaning there is that if you're that person, you've got two different KiwiSavers set up, and let's just work on that assumption that one is conservative and the other is growth. What happens is in a conservative portfolio or conservative KiwiSaver, more than likely, give or take, you have got around 80% of your investment held into low risk investments, and that's things like the bond market, fixed interest, cash. You've got 20% of it exposed into growth assets, as we refer to them as, and that's your share markets, which are made up predominantly the US and to a lesser degree Europe. They're your main providers, and then very, very little into Australasia and obviously emerging markets. So that's how a conservative portfolio is made up. Now, for a growth-focused portfolio, it is completely the opposite. So you have 80% of your investment into growth assets and 20% into conservative. So again, it's the same exposure, whether you've got 20% into growth assets or 80%, your fund manager is still using the same companies, the same providers, the same investment opportunities. All they're doing is putting more into your growth fund than what they are into your conservative fund. So what you've actually done, especially if you're splitting it exactly 50-50, is you've actually made yourself a balanced portfolio because the assets are not changing from one investment to the other. It's just how much you're putting into each. And that is something that I see time and time again. And in my view, you are maybe better off, more often than not, better off to complete a risk profile and look at where you should put the entire amount of your money. Hey, your risk tolerance may have changed